This Meditainment production is brought to you today by the Samurai Aquatics and Decor Metaventure. Scan that QR code or click that link in the description and dive yourself headfirst into the Samurai Aquatics Discord server to pleasure your peepers on our current and future range of outdoor decor.
The Whine and Cheese Show is a Metaverse and NFT discussion and interview series brought to you by Metaverse Ventures Entertainment and host BEN68 and Morecheese. Warning: the information and opinions within are solely the views of the individuals involved and contains content not suitable for anyone.
G'day and thanks for listening to or watching the Whine and Cheese in the Metaverses Show. I'm BEN68 here with my co-host Morecheese for episode number 94, recording on Friday the 21st of July for Cheese, which is Saturday the 22nd for me.
Today we talked FIFA, Upland, blah, blah, blah. Had Dak on for some great info and a few laughs. Who won the LFG contest and getting to know your NFT project leaders a bit more than you would like to. Stick around to the end to see what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, let's get ready to bumble in another Elastico Fantastico, but always beyond shitty episode of
The Worst Show.
Whine and Cheese. Time for Whine and Cheese. Whine and Cheese. Time for Whine and Cheese. Cheese. One is a wanker, one's like it stonks. One's from Australia, one's from the Bronx. Talking about the Metaverse and NFTs. Interviewing all the real crypto G's.
Hello, and welcome to Whine and Cheese and Metaverses Show. Yes, this is the rare Ben smiling because I always tell him a joke in the beginning of each show. This is episode 94. And Ben, what's going on? You look like you're dying trying not to laugh at my joke.
Yeah. That's definitely what it is. Yes. Well, let's get straight into it because we have two buttloads worth of stuff to cover today, not just one, two. So get a friend, pull them close, and prepare.
Fart it out.
To be, I don't know, buttloaded, I guess.
Our
All
butts
right.
are full of information. We got to get them out.
Yes, very biased opinions. Absolutely. So I just said to Cheese, did you remember to collect your free McLaren Formula One NFT? And she said no. So I slapped her and she went and got it. I slapped her on the hand, that is. Yes.
The back of my head.
not violence.
Yeah,
advice,
no, we're
whatever
brothers.
you wanna
Yeah, this is sibling hitting. It's fine.
Yes. So all you have to do is go over to collectibles.mclaren.com and clickety click. It's very easy to get yourself a Tezos wallet. Couple of clicks, you can sign in by your social media. I've got the full collection so far. It's looking very, very nice. And just picked up Hungary. That's on today. They'll be available to pick up all race weekend. Get yourself on over. Get yourself a free McLaren NFT. All right, now, Cheese, you had some big news for the week. Did you want to dive into that straight away?
Sure. All right, so my factory was finally approved. Well, it's been approved for over a month now, but finally I got confirmation on it. I received the email. Just advice for everybody out there. It does work now, thanks to DesJack for getting it into the public and getting X1's attention, and thank X1 for setting it up with the people you email to find out your stuff. What is that called? The support. Forget easy words. It's the thing. It's all right. So now, yeah, they are able to help you. They get in touch with the Metaventures, and it was pretty fast. If it doesn't happen pretty fast, tap your friendly CM on the shoulder and, get her done. But yeah, I can't wait. There was a link included with the email that allows you to see all the errors before you submit it, which is pretty freaking cool, actually. So you don't have to wait for them to get back to you. You see the errors before that and you can fix it. So D-Tech and I are going crazy on that. Ben and I are working hard on the commercial. We're going to try to make it as great as Samurai Aquatics one. And it's going to be amazing. I'm not going to showcase anything I'm selling yet. I'm going to wait until everything is submitted and going smooth.
Absolutely. Eee! Yes, I applied for 2 more Metaventures through the week as well, through the new system. And I also followed up on the structure ornaments one I applied for in March. The reply was, oh, thanks for that. You should hear back by the end of the week. So, yes.
No.
So, well, that was in March. I got that reply. So I sent a follow-up email just recently. Any news on this? So I don't know.
You may have to go, if it was in March, because mine was in June. If yours was in March, you may have to go back to the
support.
City Hall.
And apply again. Yeah, I was going to do that, but then I figured I'd double up. So I guess
make sure they tell you to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll contact support first and follow their advice, see what they say. But yeah. It can be a bit frustrating. All right. Well, yes, congratulations. I know that's been burning a hole in your pants for a while.
Yeah, my first adventure. I think this will be, I'm just going to put all, like, because you're doing so many, I think I'm just going to enjoy this one and then help with the rest for you and D-Tech. We still got to get D-Tech's things up. We got to get the Samurai Aquatics future stuff out there, like those things we were working on.
Yeah, it's a bunch of stuff. There's just never enough hours in the day. All right, I guess the biggest news on the Upland radar, of course, is the FIFA Women's World Cup. And
did you get any bundles?
Well, here's the thing. Despite the Women's World Cup being held in Australia and New Zealand, again, this was all released at 2 a.m. Australian time, which I think might be 1 a.m. New Zealand time. I think they're earlier than us. So, no, I did not get up at 2 a.m. to buy legit. So I got up at 4 a.m. to start getting ready for this show. And by that stage, everything except the lowest bundle was already sold out. So I did grab 5 of the 2000 UPEX bundles, but I didn't realize that they only contain 3 NFTs each.
Yeah. I'm going to admit I got some of the $9 ones.
Yep.
I paid with my PayPal because I don't touch my stuff in there. And I remember doing this last year with the men's one, and that's where I got all my good ones from. Like I remember buying like 3 or 4 of them and then making $600 off of them.
Do you remember how many were in the cheapest packs? I can't remember off the top of my head. 3 seems really low. Maybe I'm just not remembering, but
I'm not even sure because the way they have it this time, like that cheap pack, the 2000 UPEX one, I don't even remember there being that cheap of a pack last.
Yeah, it might not have been 2000. Maybe it was 5. I forget. We'd have to.
Yeah, and there was still a chance, albeit like a 10% chance, a really low chance. With this one, you don't have any chance
to get a pass. Now, guess what the conversion on those rates are? Like, if you pay 2,000 and you get 3 NFTs, guess what the conversion works out to?
What is that? What does the conversion work out to?
666 UPEX per NFT. Hail Satan. Well done, Upland. So that values these. If you're buying these as burners, like if you're somebody that's going to buy these as burners, don't, because that's a 666 UPX burner. That's, I guess it's better than a burner property, but wow. I think you can buy up burners way cheaper in the stores. Like TV125 always says it's kind of weird for car sales and that, where people will pay the full price to mint a car, yet there's the exact same model cars in the showrooms for cheaper.
Yeah.
So if you were thinking about gobbling up a whole bunch of those packs to use as burners, yeah, go and have a look at some of the legit stores. There's legit stores in every single city. You're going to be able to find them way cheaper than 666 UPEX. Unless you're all about Satan and you want to support satanic causes, then dive on in.
Wow, Ben, wow. Jeez.
Yes.
Well, I mean, they have a lot of them and they're not going. I do feel like the $9.99 one will go. I bought a few of those. I bit the bullet and bought a few of those. The FIFA starter legit bundle, 20% chance. That's the one I remember from last year for the guys. $4.99. I guess the 5,000 ones were sold out. I mean, 20 is better than nothing. Like,
yeah. But yeah, take those figures with a grain of salt because neither you or I can remember it fully. But yeah, I would have purchased more because I am applying for a FIFA legit store. I've got a whole bunch there. However, I am in maximum savings mode for Tokyo, and I just ticked over 3 million savings, so I don't want to crack under that. So there's that whole thing too. So got to have a plan, man.
Gotta have a plan.
But yes, if you're all about them legits,
I just bought one. Do you want me to open it here? I don't know what any of it means, but let's see.
Are yours coming up that quick, are they? Mine was taking several minutes. All right, let's see what you got. So this was the mid-tier pack, wasn't it? In USD.
Yeah, the $9.99, yeah.
All right, let's see. Let's get some shaky action.
Shaky.
This always reminds me of the
that's colorful.
red crabs on Christmas Tree Island. Couple of shirts, 3 shirts, a boots, and a poster.
Yeah. Oh, another one.
There you go. So this is the standard pack, isn't it? Yeah. Or no, essentials.
Yeah, I bought like 3 or 4.
This is the standard one. Yeah.
Oh, this is the standard?
I think so, yeah. Another poster, another
I like the colors. Anything else? Any more?
Any more?
Give me more.
So it's good that they did something at least, I guess.
I mean, I'm glad they did it. Like, it worked.
Here we go.
All right, I think this is the last one.
Shaky. A shirt, another shirt.
Oh, what's that? Group G.
That was a pass.
Yay! And
nice.
Bob's your uncle. I love saying that.
Bob's your uncle?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So I did a bit of clickety-clacketing myself and see, let's see what sort of buzz this has created in the wider Metaverse NFT space. So I did a bit of a search, Upland Metaverse News, and what do you know? The first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's all recent links.
Nice.
Not 1 month ago. So 1 day ago, 8 hours ago, Upland and FIFA launch Women's World Cup Australia and New Zealand. Yes. Whole bunch of articles on Yahoo Finance, eogamers.io, Sports Pro, Crypto News. I clicked on one of them. I think it was the Sports Pro one. So let's see what they've got to say about it.
Yay.
So FIFA creates gamified Web3 Women's World Cup Metaverse in Upland. What? FIFA creates gamified Web3 Women's World Cup Metaverse in Upland. No. That's weird. Soccer's governing body continues due to the expansion in post-EA world. Okay, sure. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense, that heading.
Well, I guess because they're going to be added to the level 2s, or they have challenges where like that's considered like gameplay.
Here's the thing. FIFA hasn't done anything. All they've done is sign a licensing deal for Upland to sell merchandise in the Upland Metaverse.
Oh, so it should be Upland creates gamified Web3 Women's World Cup Metaverse.
For FIFA.
Or FIFA.
In the Upland Metaverse or something like that. Yeah, FIFA hasn't created anything. All they've done is sign a contract to say, yes, Upland, you can sell, gamified NFTs in your Metaverse. That's all they've done.
Yeah.
So that's a bit weird, but all right, let's move on. So it's got a couple of examples there that look cool. So it's very similar to what we've already seen with the other ones. It's grown on me. When these first came out for the NFLPA, I was shitting all over them because they just looked like MS Paint kind of skills. But I don't know. They're growing on me slowly.
Yeah.
And that's not just because I've applied for a legit, too legit status.
Too legit to quit.
Now, this is weird too. Upland Metaverse was launched for Qatar 2022. No, it wasn't. That don't make no sense. Fans can interact and trade digital collections. Yes, FIFA has launched a Web3-based digital experience in the Upland Metaverse. That makes more sense to engage fans during the 2023 World Cup. Okay, we're on board. Upland's Metaverse is based on the concept of real estate property trading game, yada, yada, yada. We know all that. For the Women's World Cup experience, a series of cafes will act as 3D virtual worlds in which soccer fans can interact with one another using digital avatars and participate in platform-sponsored events, contests, and challenges. Okay, so does that hint that we know that with the, what was it, was it Praia Bandera or something like that?
The Praia Bandera?
Oh, maybe I'm getting confused with nodes. The Brazilian carnival thing where you could wear you could put your fancy costume on your avatar, and you could go to the experience and you could dance around. So we have seen legit sales here. Should we expect to see some wearables as well come through? I think that's probably a safe bet if you read that.
That would be cool. For the Women's World Cup experience, a series of cafes will act as a 3D virtual worlds in which soccer fans can interact with each other, digital avatars, and participate in platform-sponsored events. I could go for a women's soccer jersey. Also, whatever happened to that Mavian thing where they had an event where we can, you know, make an outfit, and Desjack and I made one and entered it, and I went over to their Discord, and no one seems like, oh, we're asking. They haven't gotten back to me.
Oh, well, that doesn't sound good. So yes, it says here fans can also purchase NFTs based on all 32 nations. Yes, but as we just said, if you're going to want to get some of those, you better be quick. And this kind of points to one of my biggest gripes with the whole situation. Upland has released the NFT packs overnight at 2 a.m. and now all the news is coming out. So people are going to read the news this morning, get up on a Sunday morning, they're going to read the news, and if they go to all the trouble of signing up to get an Upland account and they go in, okay, I'm going to buy some of these, well, they're all freaking sold out. You can only buy them in US dollars.
You don't think they're going to sell more like they did with the guys last time?
There is a thing where they come out in different stages, isn't there? Yes.
Yeah. And so this might like try to like
myself.
Yeah. So this might be like, hey, come and get it. Oh, too bad it's gone, but we'll have some later, so stay and wait.
Yeah, so that information should be in here. That should be made expressively clear. Otherwise, yeah, people will jump on over and say, well, it's already sold out. I missed the boat. Oh well. So FIFA and Upland say the experience will bridge the gap between digital and physical worlds. Yes.
There's
thrilled.
I see Roblox down there.
Buzzwords.
Upland, right here. The Upland experience is one of several digital launches made by FIFA for this summer. Yeah, this does really weird, like FIFA created all of this. For this summer's Women's World Cup. In addition, a wide-ranging content partnership with TikTok, World Soccer's governing body, has expanded its presence on another popular digital environment in the form of Roblox and launched an official trivia game. Content will also be available on the FIFA Plus over-the-top OTT streaming platform. Like, I want to know more about the Roblox thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I did do a search and nothing came up, although we do have some big Roblox news in the lineup, so stay tuned for that. So, all right. So we know that Upland is heavily involved in this. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense, that heading, but yeah, okay. So what is Upland actually doing? Let me exit those. First of all, what is this? What is this?
She's wearing all the flags. Oh, yeah. Goldie felt very weird about that because he was like, she's cute, but she's an animal.
It looks like she's been sticking her face in some pie or something.
Blueberry pie.
So they're trying to make the mascots more humanoid or something. Very bizarre.
Yeah. I want a rough and tough, like,
I don't like it, but
female
beyond greatness. A fitting theme to celebrate the FIFA World Cup. Yes. There's going to be a lot of fluff in this. Blah, blah, blah. Upland is introducing even more compelling collection experience built on gamified opportunities to acquire. From what I saw, it looked very similar to the men's. I don't know that it's more compelling, is it? I guess we'll find
It looks a little better. Like it looks, I don't know. It looks like colorful and I don't know.
Here we go. We have several announcements planned for the FIFA Women's World Cup, which will be shared at the beginning and periodically throughout the tournament. Okay, yeah, that's good news. These announcements will provide you the necessary information. Bundle sales. Blah, 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 blah. My God, there's a lot of fluff in this.
This is not my usual coffee.
Oh, you're squinting your face up.
Yeah.
Breakdown of the FIFA World Cups bundles. Yeah, Cheese has already just broke a bunch of those. High-class bundles not only offer a better chance of obtaining a FIFA World Cup pass, but also provide such pass for later stages of the tournament. If you're willing to get up at 2 goddamn a.m. as we progress further into the tournament, the significance of the moments increase. Oh, that's interesting. There are 4 different types of bundles that will be available. 4 different types. Essentials pack, starter legit, pro legit, and pass legit. I thought there was only 3 in this one. 2,000 UPEX, 5,000, 10,000. Was there 4? I didn't see 4. I registered for 3.
Pass legit bundle. I mean, maybe, I don't know.
That's coming up later, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yes, so 3 items per bundle in that one, 4 for that one, 5 and 6. Does seem very expensive. I'd have to go back and look at the other ones though to compare. Maybe it's in line with that. Passes, yes. If you're all about the passes and you're in this end of the world where the FIFA World Cup is actually going to be held, you're going to have to get up at MOFO AM to have any chance at getting those packs. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, there's a whole bunch. Here we go. Yes, you're right, Cheese. This is what you were talking about.
Ah, cool. Yeah, because I totally forgot about this morning. So
sales starts at 2 a.m. Saturday. Sales starts at 2 a.m. Saturday. Sales starts at 2 a.m. on a Friday. 2 a.m. Friday. 2 a.m. Friday. Oh, it's nice that Upland mixed it up for the international audience. Thanks once again, Upland.
Do you want me to buy any for you?
No. I want Upland to support their international community.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially if they're holding events that are directly related to international events in other areas of the world. Come on, mix it up a bit, please. This is beyond a joke at this point.
Yeah.
So yes, can't bite my tongue on that one. That just sucks. Big hairy bags. FIFA World Cup. Blah 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 blah. Yes. All right. So there's a whole bunch of information there. If you're somebody that wants to dive into rarities and chances and all that, you're gonna have to do that homework yourself because that's beyond the scope of this show. Here we go. This is what you're talking about, Cheese, with the collections.
Oh, that looks so hard.
That trophy. Didn't D-Tech win a prize for designing some World Cup trophy or something? What was that for?
Yeah, he did.
That was definitely not his. Upon reviewing the new collections that we have had it. Oh, so you gotta get all of the collections to get this trophy.
Yeah,
I don't think there'll be many people that are going to do that. Yeah, like we saw with the men's World Cup, the amount of collections is just absolutely redonkulous.
Redonkulous.
And if you're somebody, how much money did you say you made?
Over $600. Yeah.
So
yeah, people made way more than that though. They got thousands of dollars.
So it's just cashing in on that whole FOMO dragon thing. People get a few of these, and it's one of those catch-22s. If you crack your packs and you've got 3 out of the 5 for the collection, that's going to be a brainworm niggling at you. Go buy those other 2 on the secondary.
Yes.
Go get them.
There's people who like to compete, and there's people who like to be in all the logistics of the stuff, and I'm the logistics person, I'm the money person. Like, we can, it's a great world when you could both live and coincide together.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm now moved to the opposite extreme where I bought 5 packs. That's just to be involved in it, to help support it a little bit. And I'll have a quick look at the collections, but I'm not gonna do anything with those really.
You're not gonna sell
Exclusive. Oh, they'll be, if I have a store, yeah, I'll definitely put them up for sale. See what I can get. Cool. And of course, if I'm always open to trades, if you're somebody who's, you're missing one of your cards and I'm sitting there holding it, yeah, well, hit me up. Just don't send me unsolicited ones, because I reject those without even looking at them. Send me DM. Ultra rare collections. So yeah, if you're all about those collections, that's pretty cool. Yes. News there. Anything else? There's one more here. In the Upland Metaverse fan score challenge. So we saw the same thing with the men's. Starting on Saturday at 2 a.m. Fan score in-game events will begin. Blah, 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 blah. Yep. So fan score again. Oh no, not another leaderboard. Oh no. Oh no. So far, BR Joy is kicking butts. He's got 1,294 fan score. The next closest is Marmus.
So you could put these in now. That's interesting.
Yeah, straight away, look at the Goldies. He's up there, 6th spot.
Oh, Goldie. Woo woo.
Big Papa Pump. There's a few known names there. A lot of unknown names too. Oh, YK2012's in the mix. So, yes. And look at these. More. 9 a.m. PT. Yeah.
Come on. Upland, I have to listen to this all the time. Please do one for him, please.
Yes. And you watch Tokyo would be exactly the same. It'll be at like 1 a.m. Tokyo time or something. Which will be 2 a.m. Australian time, yes, or vice versa. So, yeah, it's one of those things. If you want to get involved in this, I think it's going to cost you a hell of a lot more than the rewards, but, there's spark involved there, and sometimes it's just about the flex. First place, you're going to get a gold Tazuni. A map asset trophy. That must be the mascot for the Women's World Cup, is it? What is it? A penguin?
Penguin.
I don't know. 4th place, a bronze Tazuni. First place, a gold Tazuni. 2nd and 3rd place, silver. 4th place, bronze. Why would they do that? First place, gold. 2nd and 3rd, silver. 4th place, 4th to 10th, bronze. Okay, that kind of makes sense. I think that's quite dumb, actually. They should have made gold for 1st, silver for 2nd, bronze for 3rd, and then some other color for, 4th to 10th.
Yeah.
Stick with traditions. Oh, look here. We've got another leaderboard, and Abdullah is... his score is 4.2 million. Next closest is 1.2. I would say that's probably in the bag.
Wow.
A lot of big names there, though, chasing him up, though. It's Sanctum.
Can I say something controversial?
Yes, I love controversy.
Do you think Loyal's going to round up everybody again to see if he can beat up Tool?
It's a rug. It's not a rug.
Where is he?
I don't know. He's at Genesis this week. Didn't you meet him at Genesis?
Maybe he didn't leave. Maybe he's on the top of one of the hotels, like in that movie. What is the movie called?
I was going to say Halloween, not honeymoon. It's another H word. What is it? Hangover. Yes.
Poor Loyal. Save Loyal.
Yeah, Cheese and I, we can't do words. If you're watching this show expecting, high class verbiage, it ain't this show. Please move on.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. And yeah, a whole bunch of prizes there. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. It's good to see they're doing something. Yeah, it is the World Cup mascot. But what is it, a penguin? I guess that makes sense. Australia has penguins. New Zealand has penguins. They couldn't really make it a kiwi bird or a kangaroo. That wouldn't make sense. So.
So like,
Right.
I need to ask a question. So to get to the women's soccer thing, you press the little magic hot dog, which are the 3 dots, and I see
Yep.
FIFA World Cup. Is that it?
I don't know. Bring it up
Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. Let's see.
for the collections.
Yeah. So this right here.
Jesus, woman, answer your messages.
It's mostly you sending me stuff to put into the Bronx store.
Oh, yeah. There's more coming too, so yes. That's got to be FIFA World Cup, isn't it? Click on that one.
Because
no, that's just going to show you.
Is this it? This is it?
FIFA
so they've
World
combined
Cups.
it. Oh, look, FIFA World Women's Cup.
There you go.
Ah, all right. Let's see. La 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 la.
Clicky clicky. Thinking. Pick 2. There you go. You can start adding your collections.
Let's see if I got anything good. No. 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 No.
Riveting stuff. No rares, no ultra rares. You got one exclusive.
Oh, the pass, the Group G VIP pass. Mint number 10. VIP. That's my favorite number.
That's prime for flippage.
Hell yeah. Guys, $25. Come on.
$1 for $1.
Honey cheesy style.
Yes. And exclusives. So you've got one rare. One exclusive mascot crest. That's pretty good.
Yeah, one I don't think these will be that important. But yeah, I guess it's, and then they had this. I don't know what the difference is. Fire. I guess those are going to be
coming later. Yeah, the spotlights.
Oh yeah.
So yes, make sure you get on and check those out, and yeah, look to support your local legit stores as well. All right, so I kind of was a bit harsh there to say no. FIFA, basically all they've done is sign a contract to let Upland sell their stuff in their name. So I jumped on over to the actual FIFA thing and see if we could get any insights into some of the partnerships they've got going on there. So this is FIFA.com, and then you follow the links to the Women's World Cup, scores, fixtures. That's pretty just generic stuff here. There's no news on any of their partnerships, whether it be Roblox, Upland, anything like that, which is, it's a bit sad to see. I mean, if they sign these sort of partnership deals, you'd like to think that it goes 2 ways. That's a trouble with a lot of these things that we see, Upland or any of these metaverses. They sign these contracts to sell these things on their behalf, but the kind of love doesn't go both ways.
Yeah,
there's no cross promotion, which I think is a missed opportunity.
That's why I want to get Avalon in there so bad, because Avalon has this plan to create an Upland world inside their little things, and I just really hope. Now that looks really nice. Licensed replica Women's World Cup trophy.
Yeah. So it should be here. It's got a FIFA store, and there's got a whole bunch of stuff here. There should be like a Web3 store or something where you can buy all the other stuff. Now it does have.
The BE
look at this.
Better. Roblox FIFA World. Wow.
So it says more games. It's got Roblox here. It's got AI League. It's got. Is that Upland?
Where?
Is this Upland here? Match Day Challenge. Let me, at the risk of crashing my device.
Well, it looks like the card.
I don't know what I just did there. This is something else.
On the zone.
Match Day Challenge. No, that's not Upland.
No.
That's not Upland. Own the Zone. That's not Upland as well. Oh, See All. Maybe I'll press that. See All. Oh, that's only what they had there. Why isn't Upland in here? Tell me that's not a good question.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Upland, get on these FIFA people. What is this?
Yeah.
Why they got Roblox and not you? Even though you're making them lots of money.
Now I don't know where it went. Yeah, that's the part that sucks. It's never reciprocated.
Yeah.
Anyhow, it's down here somewhere. It should be there somewhere. All tournaments. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else. Maybe I'll do a searchy here. Upland.
Yeah.
Have a look. FIFA unveils range of new Web3 ahead of Qatar. So that's Qatar. That's not even this World Cup. So that kind of sucks.
That really sucks.
Yes. All right. What about you? Are you interested in actually watching the matches? Who's your pick for the winner? Don't know. Throw a dart at the ball. At the board.
Whatever I have more legits of, I want them to win so I can make money off of them.
Yes. I'll probably watch some matches because no doubt they'll be televised here. Unless it's, I don't know, I haven't even checked. Maybe it's it might be a pay-to-view thing.
Unless they have it in a cafe again. That would be amazing.
Yeah. My device doesn't really handle that cafe well, so I have to wait and see. Well, that's all we're going to cover for that. We're going to move on. I said to Cheese before we got kicked off, there's a crap load of stuff to get touched on this week. Now, big news. I mentioned there was some stuff coming on Roblox. What do you think would be one of the biggest partnerships that you could imagine for Roblox? Something that you yourself have been talking about for a while and have been interested in and invested in. Is that enough hints?
All right, hold on. Interested in and invested in.
Within our plans?
Wait, a partnership or what do you like with Upland or something different? Because I would think
it's sorry, go ahead.
Like creating dev shop stores to put map assets. No,
something that you have been interested in and you've invested time, resources in for a very long time, pretty much since you got involved in the game.
Oh, the third-party retail stores like Dunkin' and McDonald's and this and that.
Ding, ding, ding. Yes, you got it.
What do you know?
McDonald's debuts McNuggets Land in the Sandbox Metaverse.
No, McDonald's, no. Come to Upland.
McDonald's Hong Kong has picked the Sandbox to build its first Web3 experience, McNuggets Land.
First, that means there's going to be many others.
Why the Sandbox, I wonder?
I know McDonald's. If you're watching, which you're probably not, I'm gonna send another email to them. The Sandbox doesn't have as many active people.
No, it's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Yeah. McDonald's Hong Kong has picked the Sandbox to build its first Web3 experience, McNuggets Land, a virtual world dedicated to celebrating Chicken McNuggets' 40th anniversary. The experience takes users to a virtual store with a hidden factory and a tour through the history of the chicken snack. Would you really want to know how they made? I wouldn't. Allowing gamers to play and complete quests to win rewards such as the Sandbox Sand utility token, which is used to purchase virtual goods and customize avatars on the platform. Hong Kong users can also win 360-day free Chicken McNuggets coupons for redemption at the chain's restaurants. To join the virtual world, users only need an email address.
That's really cool. That's making me want one of those vanilla ice cream, like the chocolate sundae.
Yes.
Oh, look, that nugget has a freaking beard and a headband.
Headset on, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it looks cool. It's just a pity that it's in
it's adorable.
Shitbox.
Shitbox.
Metaverse experiences have emerged as a tool for brand building strategies in the past few years. Allowing companies to gamify products and services as well as establish online loyalty programs. Here we go. Old mate from the Sandbox noted in a statement shared with Cointelegraph that the partnership with McDonald's takes the Sandbox to a new level and brings it closer to realizing the ultimate goal of mass adoption of the metaverse. You're never going to get mass adoption in the Sandbox metaverse because the prices are outrageous.
Yeah. The people who play Sandbox are most likely not the same people that eat McDonald's. You got to go to us poor folk.
Unless maybe it's been a long time since I've checked out the market for Sandbox. Maybe with this whole bear market, maybe prices have come down significantly, or maybe they released new areas. I don't know. Who knows? But mass adoption in a platform like Roblox, sure.
Yeah.
Actually, I was hinting that this was Roblox. My apologies. It's Sandbox. Which, yeah, I'd much rather. I think Roblox is a far more.
Oh yeah.
Far more bigger.
That would have been the best place to go, because kids, I remember when I was young, you couldn't walk past a McDonald's without a kid throwing themselves on the floor and throwing a fit back in the 80s.
Yeah, no kids are playing Sandbox.
No.
Yeah,
no, it's too expensive.
Yes. The launch of self-publishing, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, pretty big news, that one. I think it's just a bit bizarre that they would have chosen Sandbox.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. Oh, it's going to reload. So, I don't know what this one was. There's a couple of clangers in here. There's a couple of boring ones, as always. This might be one of those ones. We'll see how we go. Take it away, Cheese.
Metaverse holds promises for digital IDs, risks for biometric data.
Yeah, so we've talked about this, how, having some kind of virtual identity is going to help with, your driver's license, stuff with banking, anything like that, health. So I guess this is the biometric data. I guess that's related to health and things like that. Now, let's see. A virtual world where billions of people live, work, buy, and interact with each other. This is the vision of the metaverse, what some experts believe to be the next iteration of the internet. Not believe, it's definitely what it is. To do all this shopping and interacting, the metaverse will require digital ID technologies, according to observers from the World Economic Forum, and it will also need new virtual and augmented reality devices that collect biometric data, potentially exposing users to privacy risks.
I'm squirreling you a little bit, but
I'll go read that while you go read this.
All right. The metaverse could be a solution for people without IDs. Yes, definitely. I actually, this is really good thing to talk about, because people have phones. Everybody has phones. It's so easy to get a phone, but to get an ID, I remember when I had to get my first one, it was really a kerfuffle. So if you can do it, like this, that would be amazing.
And imagine developing countries where birth certificates aren't really a thing or anything like that. So yeah. But there's a lot of room for fuckery in that as well. So it's kind of catch-22, I suppose. Yes, the metaverse may offer a new means of providing identities to those who do not currently have one. Yeah, we covered that, including access to education, financial, and other services. Yeah, because it's tricky. I mean, we've always spruiked that platforms like the Upland Metaverse give people from all over the world opportunities to earn US dollars, but you can't do any of that unless you're KYC'd. Can't do any KYC unless you have ID verification. So that's always going to be a roadblock for vast swathes of those people. So maybe this goes some way towards assisting with that. Now, what biometric data are they worried is going to be hacked? There are trade-offs to data privacy that must be considered, as well as complications related to cybercrime, financial crime, of course, More metaverse could mean more biometric surveillance. While the metaverse may hold some promising solutions for digital IDs, experts are also warning that it may pose a unique risk of surveillance. Now, what are you playing, Beat Saber every morning? You getting up? You're beating your saber?
I am. I'm beating the crap out of my saber.
So is the risk here that somebody's going to be able to monitor your progress? Would you give a fuck?
If they saw me, I would give a fuck. If they were just able to monitor my progress, then I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Or they could use that data to sell or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, if they want numbers. Hey, Dak. Welcome.
Looks like we got a random intruder here, Cheese. What's going on? Police. He's bounced. All right. Carrying on. XR tech, also known as VR and AR, often use biometric identifiers and measurements alongside real-time location. Oh, that might be where it gets squirrely. And always on audio and video recording technologies. Okay.
Oh.
This raises concerns about users' privacy and security. Sure. XR devices can capture information such as voice, iris, pupil movements, and gaze, gait, and other body movements, location information, device information, and identifiers, and more. Okay.
Yeah.
When these devices are combined with biometric identification systems, such as facial or voice recognition, they may also expose individuals that happen to be in the surrounding area without their knowledge or consent. Currently, few laws and regulations cover these scenarios, which means that we end up in a society with constant surveillance in public or semi-public spaces. I mean,
really?
aren't we already there?
I mean, yeah, but not like, can they view us in our homes?
Well, didn't we talk about that last week with Zoe? Like, some kid worked out how to hack and access the internet via their fridge. So I think it's already there. You know, you've famously got Roombas zooming around your apartment, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so somebody could take control of those and zoom in. Who knows? I mean, who knows? Here's what we speculate on too. What will happen to KYC in the metaverse? This is going to be a big one. Web3 and blockchain tech are expected to help build the metaverse, providing immutable identities, tokenized digital ID, and allowing ID holders to have digital property rights and data ownership and be able to make income, etc. But it could also help increase the efficiency and security of Know Your Customer data management. KYC data is stored on immutable blockchain networks, reducing the risk of data breaches, blah, 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 blah.
Zach, what are you eating? Zach, I always eat during a freaking show, and I don't know.
He's bounced again. What's going on? Is he here? Is he not here? What the? Web3 could also eliminate multiple KYC checks by enabling individuals to verify their identity through a trusted service and carry the verified identity attributes across different platforms. Okay, I think that's the big takeaway from that is that paragraph.
I see.
So that's pretty cool. That's probably the next big step that needs to happen is, it's all well and good to get people all across the globe to have access to these things, but unless they can, be KYC'd and make money off it, that's only ever going to be tokenistic at best. All right, I'm going to get out of here and preload some things. Cheese, what's the Dak man doing here?
Dak, right now, tell us how you're doing exactly right
now. He's gonna choke live
Don't
on air.
Die. Do not die. We don't need ratings that bad.
See, this is why we need access to his biometric data, Cheese, so we can call 911 and send him direct to his location.
Exactly.
This is why.
I mean, that would be the ultimate way of knowing your customer, right?
Yeah,
it's not a security risk. It's protecting your customers.
It's knowing your customer before they know themselves. Wait.
Indeed.
I don't know about that.
Ooh.
That's KYC's new motto. Know your customers before they know themselves.
Minority Report. That was the movie, wasn't it? Get arrested before you do the actual crime.
Before you do the crime, the AI taking over and making predictive and analytics a thing of crime fighting.
Oh, that's crazy.
Sorry, you caught me. I was trying to have a late lunch, and so, but
what are you drinking?
She said, "Get in here."
I don't think that's the way it started, but La Croix. Well, I guess we'll go with that. I do remember you saying, "Is can I still come in?"
Well, you said, "Get in here," and then I'm like, "Oh, did I miss it?" And then you're like, "Get in here." Okay. We
just wanted to see your face.
Ben, you know how it is. You know how it is, Ben.
We just need a pretty face to give us some ratings.
That's what Ben's for. He's the booth babe. He's the booth babe, right?
Lucky we don't give a shit about numbers.
Well, this is the worst show, right? So we can get just completely dumb, right?
Are you blurry or am I stroking?
I think the AI has kicked in because Dak's going to nude up or something. He's going to do one of his famous dances. He's going to pull a CJ on us.
No.
No.
No. I think I was brought in to talk about racing.
Yeah, but I did say we have to do the articles first. We'll save the best for last.
Oh, that's all right. He can, if he's ready, you can go for it.
No, I got to eat. So you guys talk. I want to hear.
All right, and then if you have anything biased to say about any of the articles, just jump in.
Sounds good. Sounds like a plan.
And don't be a twat waffle.
Moving on, AI revolution in the metaverse. Futureverse secures major funding. Futureverse has successfully raised 54 million in Series A funding to propel its metaverse goals. The funding round was led by venture capital firm 10T Holdings with participation from Ripple Labs, the creator of XRP, which just won the big court case and is having pumpage in their coins. So let's dive in. Too LDR, too long didn't read. Futureverse, a startup focusing on crypto tech and gaming, secured funding for research and development. Company aims to expand its gaming-focused blockchain, the Root Network. That just, I mean, people, you gotta, the Root Network sounds like a very sexualized underground ring. That's not a good name.
The Root Network? I think of planting and gardening.
Oh, we've talked about this before. I'm rooting for my team. That means you're having sex. Root means sex.
In Australia? It doesn't mean sex over here. I'm going to root you? What? If someone said they're going to root me, like, I'd feel like they're going to go plant me in a garden.
Fancy a root, love? Yes, let's go and have a root. Yes. There's a famous song, Rootin' in the Back of the Ute. Look that one up. I think it's oh, what's his name? I forget. Kevin Bloody Wilson, I think, very famous Australian comedy singer.
See, that even Dak is saying no.
Rooting in the back of the ute. Go and check that one out. Yes, the Root Network. Horrendous name. Anyway, notable game releases include World Cup, AI League, and Muhammad Ali, The Next Legends, featuring AI-driven gameplay. That is interesting. And NFT integration. So this kind of sounds cool.
Yeah.
Futureverse funding the next evolution. 54 million, big ones. Ain't no joke.
I like that name, Futureverse.
Yes. Funding the next. Well, is it an oxymoron though? Like, is it nonsense? You're not going to talk about olden times verse. Of course, it's Futureverse. It's cutting edge tech. Bloody stupid name.
Oh my God, Ben, you're like on a rant. You eat some cashews.
I'm not angry. Just passionate. Futureverse, a startup focused on crypto tech and gaming, plans to utilize the funds for research and development. What? That sounds scammy all over it. They've got $54 million and they're going to use that for research and development, not for actually building anything. Well, research and develop how to give themselves a yacht.
Development means building. You're developing.
Futureverse tech platform features a collection of exclusive AI content generation tools specifically designed to enhance music, objects, characters, and animations that will eventually form part of the event. Eventually? They're not even bothering to use the word soon.
Well,
their roadmap must have been really impressive for someone to give them 54 million.
Yes. Eventually, doesn't even have soon. Oh, wow, that's funny. It also plans to expand its gaming-focused blockchains known as the Root Network. Markedly,
the sex network.
This blockchain is Ethereum virtual machine compatible and incorporates XRP, supporting the usage of XRP and its NFTs. Nice.
I don't even know what this is about. That's how boring this freaking article is.
Yeah, it just seems like fluffage for a way for people to spend 54 million.
Like, what is this even on? A metaverse? From where? For who?
It's a new metaverse that is in the research and development stage called Futureverse that has just been seeded with $54 million, and it is tied to the Ripple blockchain, which is cool. All of those, that's all kind of cool. I just don't like the wordage eventually.
And they
ultimately,
don't have question.
Yep.
What do you think happens to other projects if this is a complete scam?
Probably not much, because I think these kind of things are going to be a dime a dozen. I think there's going to be heaps of these. I think something like if Ripple had lost that SEC case, that would have had far more wider-reaching implications.
So wait, you said Ripple lost?
If they had have lost, no, they won their court case. So
okay, all right. Well, I was just reading about that, and I don't know if they won, but they just created more confusion. So
yeah, I'm sure there'll be appeals and whatnot.
Yeah. All right. No, I was just curious because I mean, 54 million. Imagine Upland getting 54 million. They would be very happy, and we might actually get move from as you said. They at least are saying soon. Imagine if they get 54 million, we might actually have sooner.
Or imminent. Imminent. Yes.
Imminent. Yes.
Yeah.
Imminent.
Imminent.
Inbound.
Yes. In transit.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I mean,
benefiting.
But I think part of it might have been because of the fact that it's on the Ripple blockchain, and that. I mean, there's a reason that the SEC went after Ripple, and and if they're able to actually start engaging the masses in more exchanges and so forth, that's going to make a big difference for games that are DeFi and focused on the Ripple blockchain.
Oh, absolutely, it will. Yeah, it's still pretty. So it did have that big pump, and it's holding there pretty steady, which is cool to see. So I think it was down in the 40 cents once before all of that kicked off. So still holding above 75 US cents. So that's kind of cool. All right, we'll move on from that one. I know that seems a bit weird. Next. Now, we mentioned this as part of the biometrics discussion. Metaverse in healthcare market to grow at a CAGR of 34.92% by 2027. Advantages of metaverse in healthcare market to boost growth. Now, there's been a lot of talk about the use of ChatGPT as an example, like an AI example for basic medical problems. And I know that a whole bunch of tests have been run, and it's pretty damn good at diagnosing just your run-of-the-mill general stuff. Like if you're going to go to your local GP, apparently ChatGPT is very, very good at, diagnosing the problems, offering, solutions.
Is that what the GP stands for in ChatGPT?
Maybe it does, yeah. Chat General Practitioner Technology. There you go.
I need a free ChatGPT. If you guys or anyone,
it is free, Cheese. What are you talking
Give
about?
me a link. Give me a link. The one that I was using was a 3-day trial.
Yeah, because it's here. Chatopen.ai.
Chat.
So
AI.
The healthcare metaverse one is interesting because I've worked in the nonprofit industry for a long time, and one of the customers I've worked with was American chest physicians, and they were doing simulations and more elaborate scenario management for their chest physicians to do certification and training and different things like that. And so I definitely, the idea of metaverse, which is just virtual spaces, it's already been done for a while. And I think it's just now starting to catch on in terms of metaverse and associating all the backlog of virtual functionality that was already out there.
Yep.
But it is actually really good for healthcare. The idea of using metaverse as a learning management system is something that I think is building, only because experiential training can actually be really interesting. And I went to a conference that was for advanced technology and learning, and the AR goggles or AR glasses were very popular in terms of the booth and people wanting to see. So for pipe fitters and a lot of vocational elements, not just some of the more academic elements, but the vocational elements in managing and looking at pipes and doing a virtual sealing of the pipe and so forth. Those are things that are happening, and I think are really kind of great uses of the technology.
Absolutely, yeah. Cheese and I were talking about an article just before you jumped in, or you might have caught the tail end, where there's concern about a lot of these AR, VR devices and the biometrics that can be accessed by third parties as part of those. I think it's fascinating. If those biometrics are coupled with AI in a metaverse kind of environment, how's that going to play in with things like healthcare? Like, I'm sure it's the same in the States with, as COVID progressed, most of the general practitioners switched to telehealth. So, it was all done over the phone. I think this is going to go a long way towards heading in that direction further too.
So it actually, imagine being able to be a doctor that can review almost like an MRI scan of your body for pain centers or elevated hormone levels in particular areas, or actively, whatever, or electrical impulses falling through the body so you can see where the dead zone is, right? Are you having a heart attack? Well, let's take a look, right? Yeah. And that can be amazing. The other, when you were talking about that, I had another thought too, which was, another area where this is actually, it's been in the market for ages, is defense. And one of the things, I went to this tech show, and they had a lot of, it was a lot of military defense elements and so forth, and they had training simulators. But the training simulators were actually connected to like biometrics, so that they can kind of track the stress levels and things like that. But then they also infused it with smells.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So if you're in a fight, and obviously, being watching a firefight in a movie is one thing. Smelling the blood, smelling someone poop themselves, after they're dead and everything. That it really, that's like added stressors that a lot of times you can't be prepared for. So being able to be put in that environment and really shocked into the system, creating the muscle memory and so forth, it just creates less panic under pressure, or what they call the fog of war kind of thing, right?
Or add haptics to that too, and it takes that to the next level as well, doesn't it? Yeah.
So it kind of, like you're talking about desensitizing someone to certain elements as also maybe a training of sorts, which is really cool. Like if you are on site as a fire person training and you smell like
firefighting,
and then like when you go in, you kind of have a better sense of it, or more real sense of it. And I got the chat GPT working, Ben. Thank you for that. Holy crap, I had to do a big test to prove I was a human. But
wait, how come you didn't send me the link?
Oh, I sent you that link.
I took it off his screen share. It's just chat.openai.com.
Openai.com.
Chat.openai.com.
That's the actual one. A lot of these ones, if you're trying to search on ChatGPT on mobile, basically they're all paid apps that are using this site. They're all just scams.
And that's what everybody was telling you, Morecheese. It's like you're not actually using the real one. You're using one of their.
Well, I only used it for the 3-day trial. I didn't pay them anything. Jack.
I'm just saying, cheese. All right. Yes. So anyway, metaverse and healthcare, I think, is great, and I think it's going to go a long way. There are a lot of things that need to happen before it really gets to the point where it can be used in more advanced trainings.
Question though. Yeah. Will it be oversharing? Like, what if we get to a point, where a lot of stuff in healthcare is reverse? Take like Roe versus Wade was reversed. How about if you can't, like right now, you can't look at what they had before on a different, insurance before. Back in the day, if you had cancer on one insurance and then you went to another insurance, they could deny you
pre-existing condition.
Yes. Yeah. What if that's taken away, and now in the metaverse everything is out there?
Well, let me go a different angle at you then. On the blockchain, everything's anonymized, right?
Somewhat.
Well,
Yeah.
you need a business, you need the interface layer to be able to identify what that GUID, that universal GUID is associated with, right? And
Yeah.
and so one of the things to think about is that health records and PI, personal information, they're supposed to be protected in terms of like privacy and so forth, but we know that that doesn't always happen. Also, the idea of a universal health record has been really tough for governments and counties and states and agencies and insurance companies and hospital systems and your local pediatrician. You know, the idea of being able to have a true universal record has been a real challenge in the industry.
Yeah.
If it's all metaverse and therefore all kind of sits on a chain that can be mined for information under the proper circumstances, wouldn't that be a good thing?
Well,
Because then your health.
I was going to say the key there is giving people control of their data. So should they choose to monetize that, they have the option to do so. That's kind of one of the big features that's
Well, all your records don't exist in files in a file cabinet in doctor's office anymore. They all exist in databases. And most of the databases are housed on cloud.
Yep.
So your information is already out there.
Yeah. It's just who has control and access to that information. At the moment, it's a bit of a free-for-all.
Right.
Cheesy?
What?
Oh, sorry. It looked like you're going to chime in. I was going to say then, did either of you ever get on board with the Wii Fit? I was all about the Wii Fit back in the day. I loved it. It kind of gamified your fitness experience. If Metaverse,
banana.
Yeah, I mean, if Metaverse, and that was all biometrics. You stood on the thing, it showed you your weight, it showed you heaps of stuff. I mean, if that can, and that's 20-year-old tech or more.
Yeah.
So if that can all be improved, like, I don't know, I think it's fantastic. If it can be, gamified with NFT elements, metaverse elements, if you include like monetization of it all.
Well, I do have a thing to say. Like, I feel like a lot of this new technology is just borrowing from 10, 20 years ago and kind of trying to make it seem like it's new when we've been doing it already. Like a lot of the times also like NFTs. I love NFTs, but at the same time, looking at all these different projects doing the same thing over and over again and with really bad art. And then like playing it out like it's this new and incredibly advanced thing. It just makes me giggle sometimes because it's not new. It's like borrowed technology.
Yeah.
Well, that happens all the time. So before it was remote housing, right? And then it was like before it was cloud, it was remote, and like the evolution of technology is just an evolution, but then they try to paint it as brand new.
Yeah.
Second Life has been around since 2003.
Yeah. No,
and
that we live, we universe, that was huge. That was ginormous. You could like make things and do things and this and that. Like looking at all of the metaverses out there, the reason why I've chosen and stuck with Upland is because of the opportunities it gives to the little people. Like if you look at Sandbox, you look at the other ones, it's basically just, hey, let's see how many big names we could get in here to impress people.
Yeah.
Well, you're having me go down a whole other rabbit hole of UGC3. And I started calling it UGC3 because I was on a LinkedIn post and I saw them talking about CGC, customer generated content, EGC, employer generated content, and then they're like UGC, yeah, same old, same old. I'm like, whoa, UGC is actually the future, but you're right. UGC, when you're just thinking of someone creating a TikTok or a YouTube video or something like that, whatever. UGC3, where it's actually the idea of being able to own, sell, and resell the content created. Now you've actually created a whole new marketplace and commerce situation. And that's where the metaverse, I think, to me, that is the key differentiator between virtual and metaverse.
Yeah.
And
It's UTC3.
I think Cheese's point is right in that it's we're not talking about revolutionary tech, although there are revolutionary breakthroughs. It is just it's an evolution, not a revolution.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what it says here. So yeah, I can't imagine that it's not, metaverse and AI is going to impact on everything, not just healthcare. But let's see what it says about here. New York, that's talking about numbers. More insights. Why does it think special cover? What's this? No. fluff. Spam. Pop-ups. Worst website ever.
Worst website. Benzinga. It reminds
the
me
hardware.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
I was
Go
gonna
ahead.
say it just reminds me of the Big Bang Theory where he's like Bazinga.
I tried so many times to watch that show.
Really?
I
was so addicted to it. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just going to try and see, like they're saying it's going to pump by 34%. I was just wondering what aspects of it they think. So they're talking about hardware. How was that going to impact on the Medicare? Major driver. The key factor driving growth in the metaverse is the advantage of metaverse in the healthcare market. Okay. A key driver for the increasing adoption of metaverse in healthcare is that metaverse solutions eliminate issues that arise because of human errors and fatigue. Yes. I went to my doctor on Monday. This is one of the stupid things too. I had to make an appointment to go and see my doctor on a Monday, so I had to miss out on hours worth of work. The only reason I had to go and see the doctor is to get a piece of paper for my blood tests, my routine blood test. Why? Why did I have to go and pay $70 and then I get $50 back? It's just stupid. And famously, that was the 7:30 appointment. That's his third appointment, or maybe no, 15-minute intervals. He would have had a 7:15. Yeah, so mine was the third appointment of the day. He's running half an hour late. Like, what the actual fudge factory? So I think this kind of system is going to get rid of all of that. Software and hardware systems, I'm ranting again, sorry, slap me cheeks, are prone to committing the same kind of errors as people, such as loss of focus, and therefore these systems provide a consistent level of accuracy and quality output. Yes, any deviation from the care plan of a patient can be easily detected, biometrics, and rectified. Haptic suit electric shock collars, anybody? With the implementation of a metaverse. You're going to get shocked. Cheese, you haven't done your 10,000 steps. You can't sit there on your couch in your underpants eating cheezels. Get back on that treadmill. Bzz, bzz, bzz.
Sometimes you just want to Homer Simpson it. Come on. And you had in New York, it would the healthcare was so chaotic. When we came to Arizona, we could go to our local supermarket and get blood taken. And they send it to our doctor, and it's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what else does it say? With the growing focus on patient centricity and the increasing importance of the patient experience in the healthcare industry, there is an increasing demand for metaverse in healthcare solutions for effective patient service management. Thus, owing to the benefits, metaverse in healthcare has been significantly gaining importance, especially in North America and Europe. Yeah. Okay. So, like I said, I had to lose an hour's worth of work to go and get the piece of paper for my blood tests. Of course, who knows? Maybe in the future you are going to be able to get your bloods done in a metaverse thing. Wasn't it that whole scam? That woman made $1 billion and she come up with some blood screen. Yeah.
Yeah, like all you need is the tiniest bit of blood and they could tell you everything.
Yeah, so who knows? Tap something into your phone, you just prick your finger and then it's going to go beep bop, beep bop. Now, at this stage, that's still not available. So I had to get up at 5 a.m. and go and get my bloods taken. I have to go and line up before all the old pensioners get there. Otherwise, I'm going to be late for work. So line up at 5 a.m. in the freezing cold winter's morning, waiting for it to open, get in there, get your bloods taken, race back home, get dressed, have breakfast, go to work. And now I have to make another appointment. I've got an appointment for this coming Monday where I have to go in again. I lose an hour's work because I've got to go in. The doctor's going to look at my blood test results and say yada, yada, yada. Well, why?
Yeah, we could just call our doctor. We could just make an appointment to call and get all of it. We go to the place, get our blood done. It's really fast. Then we get it in the email. And then we call our doctor and she goes over it with us. Maybe it's because you got that free healthcare.
Yeah, well, that's part of it. I mean, it's free, but it's not free. But I would, and it was actually funny. I was sitting in the blood test in the pathology place waiting, and I was reading my paperwork, and there was a new type of test there that I hadn't seen before. So I was like, wonder what that is. So I went to ChatGPT. I said, "What's this test for?" "Oh, that's interesting. Why would my doctor be testing for this?" ChatGPT answers, "Oh, that's interesting. What?" And I asked it, "What are the levels that should be concerning?" And it tells you, and you say, well, okay, if my levels were this, what kind of treatment options would be available? And it tells you.
Wow.
Like, so you imagine if healthcare was all tied into that, do I want to go and see my doctor? I'm kind of fortunate in that I have a good relationship with an actual doctor.
Same.
So, but again, he's incredibly busy. They're all run off their feet. So yes, he's going to give me some basic information about my test results. I'm going to say thank you and walk out. Well, if it was an AI system, I'd be able to dive in at my own time to dive into those. What do these results actually mean a lot more thoroughly? Is it going to replace the GP? No, I don't think that'll ever be the case. But
yeah,
you know,
well, Dak wrote a little something down. Oh, finish. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, any of these things, like I've experienced this with the use of ChatGPT in my professional education environment. I've had some pushback from parents saying, it's Satan. It's the worst thing ever. It's horrendous.
Really?
These things are just a tool. It's just a
tool.
tool.
It's like
they can be used for good or evil. Yeah, exactly.
Go ahead, Dak.
Okay.
Take it away.
Take it away. I'll take a breath from my rant.
Well, when you were talking about the GP and replacing the GP and everything, one of the things that I was going to say is that it's really important not to lose sight of the fact that technology is not humans, and that the human factor is really important to understanding and empathizing with technology. So never think that you should replace a human with technology. You should replace processes and inefficiencies with technology. And so that's, I think, first and foremost.
Well, another important point there that goes on to that too is some of these GPs, they did all their training 20 years ago. So they're basing all of their information on 20 years of crack experience like ago. Of course, they keep up with some of the latest trends and development of that. But can they keep up with an AI system? No way.
No.
Yeah.
No, and chances are your doctor is probably going to use AI for some of the things.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Because they use Google.
Yeah.
Right? So why not use AI? It's better. And then you were talking about, being able to prick your finger and have a drop go into your phone and beep, 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 beep. Well,
yep.
They kind of do that with the diabetic monitoring tools, right? The little discs that sit on the arms.
Yeah, but that's for diabetes. Like that's not for everything.
No, but the idea is that the technology that's used it's a sensor that can prick you for a little bit of blood, send information to the remote device, which is associated with an app. So you could have all of that kind of intertwined.
And don't those systems too now they automatically administer the dose or something?
Yeah.
So that's...
so they can automatically maintain so that you're maintained at a certain level kind of thing.
Yeah. So you're already integrating your physical body with these, technology. Tech solutions, cloud-based tech solutions. Yep. Cheesy?
Yep.
You look like you're squirreling on something. No. So I think it's all fascinating. Is it going to replace the GP in some aspects? Probably. You're never going to completely remove the human element. Like, who knows? But then I get skin checks every 6 months, or if a spot comes up, I go straight to my GP, and he knows my history. But ChatGPT is a funny one. Like, it knows. It doesn't just crawl the internet and get you an answer from there. It's the good things. One of the good things about ChatGPT is you can have several different conversations in basically 7 different folders. If you continue that conversation, it also crawls all of the previous conversations that you've had in that, and it can kind of base its answers on that too. So it's kind of banking your history there as well.
I can't wait to play with it later.
Oh, it's amazing. Like I said, once I started playing with it, yeah, Once I started playing with it and experimenting with it as like how I can use this in my work situation, my mind just exploded, and I just went super creative and created all these models and tools that, yeah, it's amazing.
I'll tell you one thing I hate. Like, I'm a very creative person. I've written a lot of stuff, like short stories. I've written a novel. I'm very, you know me, Ben, I'm very imaginative and weird with my wording and writings. Nowadays, when someone says, oh, can you answer this, oh, can you do this, oh, can you do that, and I give it to them, they're like, did you use Chat GPT? And I don't know if I should be insulted or if I should say,
Cheese.
if I should, well, you're not the only one. It was also D-Tech. It was also someone else. And I'm just like, should I be insulted, or should that make me happy that I'm writing as well as a Chat GPT?
Bit of both, I guess. Yeah.
Because it's like, yeah, I'm just
I wasn't trying. So I just did that to you this week. And I was not doing it as an insult. It was just your language was so evolved, and it was more floral, it was more descriptive, it was higher form.
It was more evolved. Like, what do you possibly have done with me in the past that you've seen my language, except for like the commercials I do or the writings I do for Samurai Aquatics or stuff I do on my own and whatnot? You know nothing about me.
Dak's digging his hole. Come on, Dak, claw your way out.
But that's the point. I had never seen that kind of writing from you. So when it came out, the first thing I thought, and here's why I noted, I said it too. I had someone else put my resume through Chat GPT, and the language that came back from it, I was like, I had to go back and just change it around a little bit because some of it was just and also it just, as I told you, it made me sound really good and all that.
It does fluff.
It fluffs,
and so that you were making me sound so good that I was like, did you use Chat?
But it wasn't about you. It was you were wondering. You gave me something to rewrite in regard to something you were doing, and I felt like you used a lot of me, and you used a lot of one word. So I just kind of put it in my own cheesy way.
Well, it worked, and it was good, and I was impressed. And I thought, and so it wasn't
because I come off as a real idiot. You were impressed because usually as a real idiot.
Okay. I don't know if to people who don't know you, maybe, but people who know you, there's a difference, right? And it was just more when we talk, it's just casual conversation, and I'm just going to shut up.
Well, we don't. What I think he's trying to say is we rarely get to see formal cheese. We see the casual cheese.
You see formal cheese all the time.
Yeah, I do.
You're like, Cheese, rewrite this for me. Rewrite this for me, Cheese. Yeah. And I do the same with you.
People that don't know your history, like you worked in the high up in the financial kind of world. So obviously you don't get there being a yokel, you know. Idiot. So yeah.
A yokel.
And it's an important point to make. You know, we've kind of blown smoke up ChatGPT's ass, but it's not infallible. I have to do a lot of rewriting because it tends to overfluff things. But one of the brilliant things about ChatGPT is you can tell it, hey, you're starting to fluff this out too much. Dial it back a bit, and it will take that. It'll say, oh, sorry about that. Okay, how about this? So you can. It's very manipulative. Is that probably not the right word, but it's very flexible. Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone is going to be amazing in the future.
That's the thing. Like, am I going to have conversations with you and I'm using ChatGPT, and you're having conversations with me using ChatGPT? I mean, where does it end?
Oh
you couple this with now there's a lot of coders that are sweating the AI systems taking them over. I know there's a crap ton of translators and what's the one that's live? Not translation, where if someone's speaking and translation is like documents if you're rewriting it. What's the word for if Trump's speaking to Putin or whatever, it's not a translator, there's a different word.
Teleprompter?
Translator.
No.
Translator is what
whatever it is. Anyway, there's a lot of those now that
Ask
they're
ChatGPT.
Yes, exactly. There's the translation capabilities of these AI systems now are just outrageous. Like from my history in Japan, I have a lot of friends who they started off as English teachers in Japan, but as their Japanese ability improved, they got to a point where they became full-time translators for, manga series, research documents. There's a lot of awesome Japanese research that gets done that they want to be translated into English. Well, all of those people are going to be replaced by AI. All of that work's going to be gone. So there's a lot of people sweating that.
Kind of scary. Like, no, like, let's say you meet, like, I do not envy the younger generation because, like, what you just said, just put it in my mind, people having conversations via chat GPT. You speak to this person in person and, you're like, oh, what a fucking genius. And then you speak to him in person, you're like, oh my God, you're a yokel.
Well, it's digital identity, isn't it? I mean, how you interact in the digital verse isn't the same as you act in your real life world. But that's the negative aspect. A positive aspect is we just came back from Japan. My father-in-law, he had a little Google device, I think it was. It was about the size of a phone, and he'd speak into it in Japanese. It'd go beep bop, and then it'd reply in English, and he's talking to Keanu, and Keanu reply in English, and beep bop. Well, that's going to be all replaced with in-ear pieces, and it's going to be instantaneous. So that's a positive aspect of the tech. Will there be negatives once? Yeah, like I said, with all of this, there's going to be positives and negatives.
Well, they have that already, and I actually was an investor like the past 10 or so years, and they're still working on it. Like, and it all came about with this guy went to France and he met the love of his life, and it's an earpiece, and what she says comes into his ear as if she was speaking English. It's so weird.
So
I would name that company Cyrano.
Cyrano. Well, you can't just drop that.
Cyrano the Virgin. Really?
I don't know what that is. Apologies. Okay. I am a bit of a yokel, I will admit. So, yes.
It's the story of a guy who's trying to romance a woman, but he doesn't know how to speak. Meanwhile, there's another guy who is not the best looking dude, and he's the one feeding the words to romance.
Oh, yes.
Yes, that's like old cartoons, that one, isn't it? Didn't Bugs Bunny used to do that all the time?
Steve Martin made that movie. Martin. Yes, that was so great.
But I think there was also another one with the guy from Game of Thrones. And it was called Cyrano. What? Anyway, Peter
Dinklage.
Yeah, Peter Dinklage was Cyrano. So anyway, the point being is, yes, all of that. Now, going back to what you were saying, people losing their jobs. Yes, industry is going to change dramatically. And it's not just any kind, it's all industry. So I remember I was at a CPA conference, and this is like for the CPA Society's big thing. Leadership is talking about how does blockchain impact audits, right? CPAs, they do auditing. Well, AI can do an audit for you in hours versus months, right? So what does that mean for CPAs? One of their key revenue streams could go up in smoke. Now, that's not the case yet, but they need to start thinking about that, right? Because can it be done today? Yes. Is it implemented? No. Why? Because people still trust people, not machines.
Yeah.
But as the digital natives become of age, they won't trust people. They don't know how to engage with people.
Yep.
Right. And so what are they going to trust? They're going to trust the machine. It's going to be like those funny things where, you know, the directions telling them to turn left, and, you know, even though there's a movie there,
they drive straight in the river. Yeah.
Why would you do that? Because that's what the map said.
Yeah.
You didn't see the river?
Yeah, jobs will be lost, but other jobs will be created that are associated with it. So it's again, it goes back to that evolution word, doesn't it?
Like accountants that use Chat GPT.
Yep.
Well, and the thing is, new jobs have to be created, and economies are going to shift. If a lot of the work is being done by AI, by robots, by machine learning and so forth, like look at McDonald's, right? They used to have 5, 6 cashiers at a McDonald's. They now have 2 because they're using the self-service order things, right?
Yep.
So that's four out of 6, or 2/3 of the cashier jobs gone, right? Now that's made up math. It's fake. It's fake news. Don't listen. This is all speculation and theory. My opinions are my own, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But the point being is that everything is changing and evolving. So what do individuals do that are affected by it? Well, they have to find other ways. And one of the things that a lot of the traditional employee for that cashier job is someone between 16 and 22 years old, right? Well, what do they end up doing? Well, now they're creating in that new Fortnite environment where you can create and build, right? So they're becoming creators, and it goes back to the UGC3. And I think that the UGC3, with the concept of microeconomics and micropreneurs, that is really going to be a big thing in the future.
Interpreter. That's what it was. That's the word I was looking for.
Interpreter.
Yes.
Good job.
Thank you, Cheese. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's a very good point. And I think that segues into the next part that we've got to share.
Oh, and just to let you know, Waverly Labs is the place I was talking about with the earbuds.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Yes, so why gaming is where the real metaverse opportunities are. Amid recent headlines suggesting that the metaverse is dead, marketers should reframe their idea of what it is and where it is, where its biggest opportunities have always been in the gaming space. We got 3 advocates of that. No, not true. As somebody who's heavily invested. Oh, you're laughing. Yes.
No. I think the metaverse, its real big opportunities are going to be defense.
Yep.
And healthcare is not one to sleep on.
Yep.
We just saw that article.
Well,
and
I
then,
mean,
yes.
When he says opportunities, I'm thinking of like money making ways for the community to kind of.
If
get
you're talking
there.
UGC, yeah.
Yeah.
It depends what you're where you are angling it in from, I guess. Yep. Oh, look at that. I can't see it. Well, I should have looked into this article a bit more. This is a...
Look into our articles, Ben. This is okay.
Well, that's a wah. Okay. We'll just go off the headline. As I said, there's 3 of us here who are heavily invested, whether it be time or financially, in this statement.
Yeah. Oh, God. And that makes me
You've just secured yourself a metaventure within a metaverse, Cheese. Is there anything...
Well, like,
do you want to straw man this case?
I mean, well, like a good example would be the new business we just got, DAC in Avalon, that I need to make an NFT for, that I completely freaking forgot until right now.
Ooh, Mass is gonna be mad.
No, he never gets mad at me. I'm gonna start today. So yeah, we have 7, 8 businesses within a game within the metaverse. I call that opportunity.
Yeah, in some cases, making real pay the bills money.
Yeah.
So, absolutely. All right. Well, that was a bit of a dud. Apologies for
that.
So
you're thinking that UGC3 is only in the game space?
Not only in the game space. I think it's where the mass market opportunities are. For, like you said, Joe Blow, who he'd be at high school, he wants a part-time job, we'd go and put his resume in at McDonald's. Well, if he wants to earn money in the Web3 space, gaming, like you mentioned yourself with Fortnite and the opportunities there, or Upland, or any of these kind of things.
So Ben is now using my own words against me. All right.
Yes.
Yeah. How does it feel? Dad?
How does it feel?
Yes.
Feels great.
You need that meme. Well, actually, you said yes.
No, and yes, I think that the initial application is going to be in gaming, because it's one way to make quick money, and the generation that's going to take full advantage of something like this that's where they exist right now, right? They exist in the Roblox and the Fortnites, and that's all going to transition into other metaverses down as the space evolves. But I don't think that that's where the real money is going to be.
Well, there's always two avenues that push technology. I think those two are gaming and the sex industry, whether it be porn or anything like that. So gaming's all over the metaverse. The sex industry is kind of dabbled in bits and pieces, but you know, if you look at the origins of a lot of the tech that we have, it's I think personally, I think vast swathes of it come from those two. And those are all based on your, you know, your mainstream adoption kind of things.
Yeah, I guess it's true. I mean, if you look at Second Life, they were trying to have universities where you could have kind of a digital twin of Harvard or MIT. But if you look at Second Life today and what is out there in terms of what's making money,
sex clubs.
It's sex clubs and gambling.
Yeah. Well, that's probably the third one in the triumvirate, isn't it? It'd be you know, gaming, the sex industry, and gambling. I guess you could put those three together.
I love gambling.
What I love is the gambling industry calls themselves the gaming industry. So
I mean,
go figure.
What we really need is a game where the sex industry is, you can gamble on
it. Do they? Never mind. I was going to say something really crass. I caught myself. I'm so glad.
Just say it. Just say it.
So bet on which STD the kid picks up.
Yes, I like that. See, I like that because yes. Herpes scares the crap. And then somebody told me about another thing last night while I was gaming with them. I think it was Goldie or Blue.
Yes, it was last night on Goldie show when he started saying, "Oh, look, syphilis is trending," and you're
syphilis,
like, or you said, and then it's like herpes is trending too.
Syphilis, that's scary.
Yes, so, the kids be wild these days with their apps. The meat and fuck apps. Thank God they weren't a thing when I was in my wild days.
Jesus Christ, you dirty whore. Let's move on.
Moving on. Undead's metaverse reaches new heights with Immutable. Now, the only reason I picked this article because it said Undead's metaverse.
Ooh. Ooh, yeah.
You like your zombies?
I know zombies. Cheese does. So this one was a cheese-tastic one, this one. Undead's metaverse.
I feel
a
bad
trailblazing force.
Dirty whore now. Sorry, go ahead.
What? A trailblazing force in the gaming industry proudly announces its groundbreaking partnership with Immutable, the preferred developer platform for building and scaling Web3 games on Ethereum. So, has this on your radar, Cheese?
No. Wait, Undead. I feel like somebody
sounds familiar, doesn't it?
It does, and it was on Ethereum.
Did the boys bring it and drop it?
I don't know if it was them or if it was Goldsmith because he's telling me. Yeah, I think it was a little bit too in the beginning for me, but from what I heard, it was like that you walk around killing zombies. Let's find out more.
Yeah, because the Drop It boys, they tend to focus on wax. Maybe we covered this in one of the top 5 things maybe it was one of those. Who knows? This collaboration aims to catapult the highly anticipated Undead's Metaverse, a AAA Web3 survival game, onto the global stage, setting new standards of excitement and innovation in the gaming realm. The Immutable gaming platform makes it easy for game studios and independent developers to safely and confidently build and launch successful games on Ethereum. That's cool. This product suite includes pre-built solutions optimized for usability that help developers get to market faster without sacrificing security or player experience. That's good. By joining forces with Immutable, Undead ensures that players can immerse themselves in a seamless and hassle-free gaming experience unencumbered by gas fees or technical difficulties. Really? That's a big point. Yeah,
because it's on ETH. Like how
do they get around gas fees?
Yeah.
Maybe it's tied with Polygon or something like that. Who knows?
Polygon is good. Yeah.
Undead have already made. Yeah, absolutely. They just did a $1 million NFT drop. All right, Undead
Polygon is really emerging as a great change for gaming.
Absolutely, it is.
I need to pick up
That's
more.
why I've got a
Is it Matic?
nice juicy bag buried in the backyard. Yep, Polygon Matic. So it says Ethereum. What else does it say? I mean, it's the actual gameplay. Yeah, well, obviously it's going to be resource-based fighting humans, zombies. We get that. Venturing into uncharted regions. Yes. About undead.
February 2022. Holy cow.
And it showed so many different countries there. They don't have any pictures.
No, and there's no information about more information about the Ethereum tie in there either. So yeah, but that's interesting.
Undead's Metaverse. Undead's with an S.
Yes, check that out. Undeads.com if that's something that interests you. All right, we'll X out of that. We'll X out of that. We got a few more. Now, this one is an interesting one that ties into the conversation we've had about a whole swathe of things. So, can Web3 bring morality and social good to the metaverse, or is it going to be?
This is Dax. This is Dax's article. You should let him read it.
Take it away with the subheading, Dak.
Can Web3 bring morality and social good to the metaverse? The value of crypto is typically tied to its correlation with fiat money. What if tokens can be earned only through good deeds and helping others?
Oh.
Yes.
So
yes.
What if we created a world where good guys and girls win? From folklore to films, humans are hardwired to root for the embattled protagonist. Root for the embattled protagonist in their struggle for justice, while resisting the corrupting temptations afforded by those with money and power. The allure of fairy tales is rooted in their feel-good subversion of reality, even as this same unequal power dynamic repeats across centuries and civilizations. Yes, blah, 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 blah. Both decentralized finance and Web3 have similar origin stories founded on the utopian ideals of communal ownership and consensus. Enthusiasm for a permissionless ecosystem has been hampered by concerns about the perceived encroachment of centralized power, be it Web2 juggernauts or Wall Street titans, and of course, biometrics and using that for nefarious purposes, I guess you could touch on.
Well, and decentralized finance, the DeFi movement really is, it's a lot of it also was the idea of microloans and banking outside of banks. But I don't know if they talk about it here. Refi is also a great movement in the Web3 space.
Yes.
And refi is not refinancing, it's restorative finance, where it's programs focused on environmental causes.
Absolutely. This next subheading, that's a bit eyebrow raising. Tokenizing social credits. Social credits, that makes me think immediately of the communist China programs that we talked about last week, Cheese.
Uh-oh. Like the Black Mirror episode.
Yeah.
They mentioned that.
Yeah, they mentioned it up there, yeah. As the crux of this challenge is governance, as evidenced by the standing success of Sweden's prison reform program, society should progress from punitive enforcement to a rewards incentive model. Critical to building a more equitable and exclusive community is encouraging self-directed behavioral change with each individual. Wow, that's...
So there's... So, one of the things that's really interesting, ERC 6651, the new standard that they brought out where any NFT can be a wallet.
Yep.
What's interesting about that is the idea, and TMS kind of posted something about this on LinkedIn. Imagine that you can create an NFT that's your passport, right? And then you use your passport to capture moments. And so that they're written into your wallet, and then those
like
moments,
The POAP, yeah.
Yeah,
the POAP.
Yeah, and so, but now it's all in that NFT, and that one NFT can be sold. So an example would be concerts. So let's say you went to Prince's last concert. How much would people pay for something from that concert?
Yep.
Well, that's a
Or
POAP.
Rolling Stones.
Yeah, like a virtual ticket stub. Yep.
Right, but that's a individual, right? What I'm saying is now take that one ticket stub and actually, instead of just having that one, so that one ticket stub is one of 5,000 or 10,000 tickets that were sold for that concert. Now take that one ticket that was 10,000, and now that ticket starts to branch into its own unique NFT because of the experiences or the airdrops or the collectibles that are added into that one NFT. So you can actually create a more robust NFT than just the plain one of 5,000 that was out there.
We've kind of seen that with the Bored Ape yachts. Like if you own a Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT, you own that, but you also own all of the digital rights to that. And we've covered things like Seth Green was going to do a whole TV series based on his NFT. So yeah, there's kind of elements to that involved there.
And also the Orville, it wasn't Black Mirror, it was an Orville episode. I don't know if you guys seen that show before, but it has the writer from the television, Seth MacFarlane. It's actually really good.
I was surprised by the level. It was like or OG Star Trek storylines.
Yeah, they were amazing. And then the fact that you have totally different cultures and space, and you have to like what would you do if you met another culture where this and this. I won't get into it because I want to finish these articles so you could talk about your shizzle. So
yeah. Well, yeah, I'll just say, have you been following UFO Twitter recently? That's a whole different thing. Check that out. Check out hashtag UFO Twitter. That'll take you down a nice rabbit hole. So yeah, I think this sentence here, this is a bit greasy here. Critical to building a more equitable and inclusive community is encouraging self-directorial behavior change with each individual. So yeah, it's going to be equitable and inclusive so long as you follow the rules and do what you have to do. So...
well, and that's where I was headed with this passport concept, is that you can now start to direct behavior. And every marketer and every salesperson, the reason that all of this, they do all of these things with targeted mailings and collecting data on you and everything is so they can influence your behavior.
Yeah.
This is just another tool that's going to help sell more widgets.
Yeah, I think I'm far more concerned with systems like this than I am about just general AI use. And it even mentions here, China's social credit system took a similar approach, only it was executed through a more punitive lens. But what if we turned the system on its head and developed a model based on positive reinforcement instead of punishment? So in the China system, if you don't have enough credits, then you can't get on the train, or you can't do this, or you can't buy that because you've done something to either, reduce your credit system, or you haven't done enough positive action to boost it. So
yeah, it should only be positive and not negative. That would suck ass.
And you know what? Now that you've said that, Cheese, that reminds me, in my workplace, like I'm a kindergarten teacher, right? If I have a government regulator in my room, and if I was to say shh to the children, or if I was to say sit down, I'm going to get just absolutely roasted. Like,
really?
I'll be in all sorts of hell like you cannot imagine. It has to be positive reinforcement. So if I have a behavioral management issue in my class, say it's group time and, you got 22 kids trying to sing songs on the mat. If there's some kid playing up, you don't focus on that kid. You focus on little Morecheese who's sitting on the mat. She's sitting up nice and straight. You say, everybody stop. Let's have a look at Morecheese. Oh my God, Morecheese. Look at her legs. Look at her arms. Amazing listening. Everybody, give Morecheese a clap. And then suddenly you'll find all the kids that were being little turds. They go, oh shit, I want to get some of that kind of positive action. So yeah, there's a way around that.
I like that.
And also a lot of times I've worked with customer centers and so forth, and you get a lot of support folks. And a lot of times when they do the metrics of like call cases and, customer satisfaction and so forth, a lot of staff tend to be concerned about the metrics being used as punishment or to prevent a promotion or something like that. And one of the things that I always focused on was being very deliberate about the purpose of capturing the data was for training and improvement so that you can move forward. Because I think it was really important that people understand why you're collecting the data and how it's going to be used. And if you can demonstrate how it's a positive impact on someone's life, then everyone's a lot more willing to accept.
And if you can provide user ownership of that data that they can then monetize, as part of like giving access to it, then that creates a whole different kind of kettle of fish. So absolutely. All right, we got
Barbie.
4 more to. Yeah, we're gonna race through these next ones. Cheese has been naughty and scrolled ahead, so yes, review.
Yeah, you guys.
Barbie in the Metaverse.
You guys talk so much now, Dak. You said you were gonna go see the Barbie movie this morning with your daughter, and you wore your pink shirt. I love it. How was it?
All right, so Barbie was actually a really good movie.
Yeah, really.
And what was funny is I was just going to go with my daughter. My son heard us getting ready to leave because, by the way, it was sold out. And so we had to go to a 9:05 show, which is just crazy. And so my son heard us getting ready to leave. He sprung out of bed, threw on some clothes, and was like, I want to go.
Oh, I love it.
That's cool.
How old's your son, if you don't mind?
He's going to be 15.
Wow.
So he's a full-on, like, boy teenager.
Yeah.
And
getting him out of bed to do anything's an achievement.
And he came back out of the movie and was like, that was a good movie.
Wow. Yeah. Cool.
So a 15-year-old boy, teenager, was like, that was a good movie. And part of it was that the creativity of the story writing, the flipping of some of general, general views on things, it was very well done. I can't really talk too much about it because I don't want to ruin it for people, because it really, it made me go,
Things that make you go, Things that make you go, Is that
Margot Robbie, she's a badass Australian. She actually went to school in one of the schools I used to teach at, so that's kind of cool. So what's this about? Barbie in the Metaverse. Blah, blah, blah. Very minor spoilers warning. Okay. All right.
Uh-oh. Minor. Let's just fast forward to the Metaverse part.
Where's the meat?
Yeah.
For a film supposed to be about feminism, we're drawn to male characters. I don't even see Metaverse in here.
Yeah.
People are just throwing that in there now to catch attention.
Well, it worked. Barbie's in the Metaverse. Check it out.
Jesus
All right, moving on.
So actually,
Excellent.
I don't think it's a spoiler. There was this concept of the idea of what if a little girl can play with a Barbie, and then another little girl can play with her Barbie, because playing with Barbies tends to be kind of communal. But if you're only one little girl and you have your one little Barbie, and how can you really play? And so there was this whole concept of the Barbie world, and people and girls, boys, whoever, having their dolls and being able to use their dolls in a virtual space where they can play with their Barbie dolls together.
That's called Roblox.
But it was more in the Barbie style versus the Roblox 8-bit style.
Maybe it was in that article and we just yada yada over the top of it. So if you're interested, check it out.
Yeah, that article looked dumb. Sorry.
Speaking of dumb, Melania Trump's Apollo 11 NFT collection becomes a NASA controversy issue.
Oh, Melania. What are you doing
She's got her own NFT series now. Former First Lady Melania Trump released an NFT collection tied to the historic Apollo 11 moon landing, which caused controversy due to its association with NASA missions. Wow. Why?
How are you going to use... Yeah, how can you use NASA without...
What's that got to do with Melania Trump?
Yeah.
He released it, is what they're saying.
$75.
Wow.
Melania Trump NFT line is inspired by the Apollo 11 moon landing in 1969, widely regarded as one of the most outstanding achievements in human history. Tokenized as NFTs, the collection included one-of-a-kind digital artworks, blah, 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 blah. So this is obviously she's just signed a name.
Well, the pictures are more than 50 years old, so technically I think you can use that as public domain.
Oh, yeah. As, what do you call it? Public domain, yeah. Interesting.
Unless they have a copyright, unless NASA has some sort of like infringement kind of thing.
In her most recent NFT drop, so she's all over it as well.
Look at that. According to NASA's regulations on merchandise requests and media usage guidelines, the agency does not wish for its images to be used in connection with NFTs and is not approving any merchandising application connected
not
to
wishing doesn't really seem like it has much legal basis, though. We really don't want you to use it is not the same as you are legally not allowed to use it.
And that leads into historical archives, right? And the idea of our historical archives copyright protected, I believe historical archives are considered public domain, especially if they're older than a certain amount of time. I mean, I don't know if NASA could copyright an image.
Yes.
And for that instance, would it be NASA's or would it be John Glenn's?
But like, what about making money off of it? Like, how can you, like, I know you could use this stuff, but like personally, but for commercial use.
There we go. Cheese, take that away.
The fact that photos created by federal organizations like NASA are in the public domain and can thus be used for free may complicate matters. Who knows how far NASA could take a lawsuit against Melania Trump if they decided to do so.
So that does actually bring up, I might have to go start working on my Civil War NFTs.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
I gotta go make money. I'll be back.
Yeah, like now I'm going to start looking at things 50 years old that I can make money off of.
Well, and I mean...
Well, you might be too late, Dak. Look at that. In the NFT industry, Melania Trump has been quite active. After unveiling Solana's NFT initiatives in late 2021, she introduced a range of NFTs last month, honoring significant events in American history. She might have beat you to the punch.
I'd rather buy yours, though, Dak.
Thank you, but you might be the only one. So
I doubt it. Oh, gosh, I doubt it. There's so many, like...
But that was creative and out-the-box thinking. And I started thinking about it because like a lot of people use old songs in their videos because they're not part of copyrighted infringement laws, right? Unless like Peter Pan, where the copyright has been renewed year after year, kind of thing, right? And so these historical archives is probably the same thing. That since they are public domain, now that you can create digital assets that you can own and resell. It just opened up. History has just been opened up for NFTs.
Yes, can of worms. Absolutely. All right.
Speaking of NFTs, rewrite history.
Yeah. Who invented NFTs? Do you know?
Your face. No, I'm just kidding.
My face invented NFTs. Well, why aren't they rich as fuck? Why aren't they rich, bitch?
I wanted to see Dak like head plant into his hand. Yeah, who invented them?
The genesis of NFTs. Who invented NFTs? NFTs have garnered significant attention in the digital landscape, transforming the way we perceive and interact with real and digital assets. Yes, the ability to create NFTs has unlocked a wealth of opportunities for artists, gamers, and collectors, and historical trawlers. Yes, this article delves in the origins of NFTs, deciphering how they came into existence. I don't know. I didn't, even when I first got into Upland and I hadn't, how do I say this? When Upland first became a thing, I was in Upland for well over a year before the words Metaverse and NFT were on my radar. That was not part of their initial marketing push at all. That was in the public space. So that's been a very recent development for me. What about Giles?
Alien Worlds. Scroll down. I want to know. I'm so impatient.
So the first time I heard of NFTs was like 2018 or 2019 with the artists. Really? They did an art piece that sold for some crazy. So that's the only that was it wasn't. What was it, like 2019? It was before COVID.
Huh. To understand the inception of NFTs, it's essential to trace back to the birth of blockchain tech. Okay, so that's obviously Bitcoin. Yes, Bitcoin, blah, blah, blah. Who invented NFTs? The first known NFT, known as Quantum, was created in 2014 by Kevin McCoy. Wow, there you go. Ooh. This NFT was a unique digital artwork registered on the Namecoin blockchain, thereby pioneering the concept of tokenizing digital art. However, the global recognition of NFTs did not occur in 2017, primarily due to the advent of Ethereum, a blockchain that had eliminated many of the barriers to creating and trading NFTs, blah, blah, blah. Okay. NFT collections. In 2017, various distinct NFT collections emerged on the Ethereum blockchain. One notable example was CryptoKitties. Actually, yes. But CryptoKitties was on my radar in, come to think of it, 2000.
Isn't that in Upland, Alcatraz?
Crypto Island? No, it's a different island, but
it's a CryptoKitty Island.
Well, that's true. Yeah, that did go back to CryptoKitties. That would have been the first time I would have heard of it, I think, would have been CryptoKitties. I just didn't put two and two together. All right. So that answered that question. Moving on. Last one. Now this... Speaking of the Cryptos, did you see this through the week?
You're not there yet. There we go. Oh God, who is that? Police charge 5th person in Toronto kidnapping of Crypto King. Holy.
So I don't know. I kind of give up on the whole crypto influencers back in 2018, but back in the day, I used to follow the whole bunch of them. Trevon James, Superman, there was a heap of them. These crypto influencers, essentially they were pump and dump marketers, basically. I would assume that this Crypto King is the latest iteration of that, and it appears somebody has kidnapped him. Somebody who's been rugged or who's been, wrecked as part of this has kidnapped him, beat the absolute living shit out of him, and held him for ransom. So, wow.
Good now?
Toronto police have charged a 5th suspect in connection with the December kidnapping of so-called Crypto King Aiden Oldmate. Yes. He is alleged to owe at least $35 million to cryptocurrency and foreign exchange investors. Wow. An Ontario Superior Court of Justice declared his company bankrupt nearly a year ago, but only $2.2 million worth of assets were seized, much less than the money allegedly owed to investors. The seized items include a Lambo and $32,000 in jewelry. Okay, so this guy has done some kind of, we covered this with Logan Paul, some of the schemes he's done.
Yeah.
People have done their ass. Meanwhile, he's driving around in his Lambo with his jewels, with cashed up young fella, his jet, and then, it's all gone to hell, and he's declared bankruptcy, and, wow.
Wow, indeed.
But it goes back to that episode, fuck around and find out.
Yeah, like these guys took the law into their own hands, and you can't be mad at them. That's a lot of freaking money that he stole.
Toronto, yeah, absolutely. Toronto police announced charges against 4 people earlier this week in connection with the kidnapping on December 5th. According to police, the victim was lured into a vehicle by the suspects, 2 of whom pointed firearms at him once inside.
Wow.
Police said the victim was held captive for 3 days and taken to various locations where he was assaulted. The suspects demanded a large amount of Canadian currency, and the victim's life and family were threatened. So it ain't no fucking joke.
Did they give him the money?
I don't know, let's find out. Investigators did not publicly identify Oldmate as the victim. However, court documents obtained, blah, blah, blah. Video emerged days ago of a bruised and beaten looking, how do you say that? I keep saying Oldmate. Patersky?
Oh, Platersky.
Platersky apologizing to investors and saying he would reach out to each of them personally. Oh, that's, thanks. You're going to say sorry. Police previously said the 24-year-old Darren something from Cara, 24-year-old London, Toronto, and Toronto, all facing various kidnapping charges. Wow. So that's people from all over the place have got together to do this. Court documents indicate Haywood invested $740,000 with this guy, and he was one of 5 people representing the interests of investors in bankruptcy proceedings. Huh. He's claiming he's innocent. Wow.
Well,
crazy shit.
Just know that, like everything has consequences, people. If you mess with people's, holdings.
Those what do you say, Civil War NFTs you're thinking about doing, just don't offer too many promises with those for utility and whatnot. I'd hate to see.
So I officially forgot what I was saying when you interrupted me.
Sorry.
That's pretty funny, though. It's like, I'm like, Dak.
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Indeed.
So in his private jet with bags of Doritos on him. Interesting. All right.
I
Yes. If
think
you don't want
that
to find
part
out,
of the issue
don't fuck
is
around.
a lot of folks saw ways to make a lot of money fast. I mean, I saw the article about FTX dude, SBJ or whatever his name is. They being sued for $1 billion by FTX. Him and other former executives. I mean, there's just so much of it, and it happens. And again, I hope the idea is the technology hopefully survives and can do some good. I do believe the technology can do some good.
Yeah, we'll fuck around and find out. That goes both ways. And, if you're investing on these kind of FOMO, loosely utility driven things, well, you're gambling, and gamblers lose more often than they win. So,
Yeah.
All right. I'm done with my raging and whining and ranting and raving. What's going on? Where are we at? Backman? What's happening?
So, Morecheese is racing in our Pro Series. So is Uplando, so is TB125, so is Wolf Warner. It's like a who's who racing. And it's really cool. We have 12 drivers. We have sponsors. We're going to be starting the week of August 7th. And what's interesting is just kind of seeing the evolution. We also announced that we're going to be doing a Pro Kart series. And obviously the Pro Karts have a little bit of a different angle to it because there is some control. It's not RNG completely. So it is going to be interesting to see how it evolves. So much. The Stock Car Pro, I'm looking forward to seeing how they really come into Upland and what they bring with that. We announced that we will have a Stock Car Pro series as well. So we're going to do 4 series a year. So we pretty much have racing throughout the year, and it's going to be different types of racing, pretty much a different type of race each quarter. And our Champions Cup is always going to end at Genesis Week. Because I really had a lot of fun doing that live at Genesis Week and having people walking by and talking and all that. That was just a lot of fun.
I saw UCC list builds for Kaboom, and I don't remember where I noted some sort of newspaper thing on the internet. You're with UCC. What can you tell us?
So yeah, people have noticed that there's Kaboom is in Upland, and yes, Kaboom is a nonprofit. They're focused on play space inequality and eliminating it, which is a really kind of cool cause. And if you think about play space and building play spaces, play, earn, connect, play, and build, earn, connect. I think Kaboom is good. I obviously am a big fan of the nonprofit kind of development, and I think that there's going to be an announcement in the near future about what Kaboom is doing.
Nice. I'm excited.
We just got to get the factory and the showroom built.
Oh, do you have a timeline?
The factory and showroom, the way UCC builds, once we put a build up, the swarm comes in. Ben knows about the swarm. And so it should be built, I guess, 18 days is what it takes to build a factory when it's fully
nice.
minted. So yeah, it'll be interesting. We'll see what they can do with it. Until there's an official statement, I can't say much else.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing that. That's really cool.
But I am very excited about the idea of what Kaboom represents and how Upland can support community-based perpetual good.
Yeah, that's good. And it's finally good to see you getting kind of recognition for that, because I know you've been on it for a while, the perpetual good in the metaverse. And I try to see as many. Do you still have your shows going on Twitter Live?
I haven't done one in a minute, and I'm hoping to come back in style with more about this Kaboom thing. And so I had James Siegel from Kaboom on my Twitter space like in February of this year. And so from there it led to other conversations, and now you see them in Upland.
Have you ever thought about doing anything other than Twitter Spaces?
I've actually thought about doing the LinkedIn space. So LinkedIn has an audio only, so they're kind of did something similar to what Twitter did. So I'm thinking about doing that. I don't know. I have Zoom now too, so I can hold Zoom meetings. But
Twitter Spaces is a little hard because if you want to actually ask a question, you have to be on your phone, and not a lot of people know that. So like a lot of stuff goes bad quick. Yeah, I would love to see you on like a Zoom or something, or like a
I think
Twitch.
So one of the things is little by little, some people might not know this, but Matt Chef and I started a company called DM Gaming, and we have an arm called DMG Consulting, and that is focused on supporting IRL businesses transitioning into the metaverse, but also providing consulting services to nonprofits to understand how they can use the metaverse to achieve 3 key things, right? And those key things are create a new revenue stream for their mission-based organization. I think that nonprofits are facing challenges with fundraising, especially as baby boomers and Gen Xers are either kind of flying off or dying off or whatever. And so they need to find new ways of doing it. The other one is being able to expose nonprofits to other markets so that they're not limited by their geographical location. One of the things about the metaverse is it's global. So you could actually have a small nonprofit have a global footprint, which is kind of cool. And there might be some things where it just doesn't make sense, but the idea of being able to have people who want to support you just because they love your cause, I think would be great. I was talking to Upland Puppet about there is a farm in Thailand that is trying to raise funds to create a community, kind of a trust for the farmlands so that Chinese investors don't come in, buy the land and turn it into a resort. So they're trying to save the village and raise funds. And Upland Puppet has floating farms. And I'm like, dude, you do this NFT collection of floating farms. I wonder if there's a way that you might be able to do a fundraiser for them, since they're a group trying to protect farms. And he really liked the idea. I don't know if anything's going to come out of it because they were they needed funds like a year ago, kind of thing. Well, not literally, but but that's the thing. It's like, how do you make it so that it's actually easier for these organizations to get that kind of funding? And then also expose traditional nonprofits to new generation, because the new generations are going to be in the metaverse. We were talking about digital natives, and this is where they're going to be. So as they evolve into adults, how are they going to learn about you if you're not in their space? And what's really interesting about alphas and Gen Zs is that they are very cost-based. Like, they really actually do want to be involved in companies that care about the environment, care about animal welfare and things like that, right? And so if you know that that generation is already interested in those elements, then be where that generation is, in Fortnite, in Roblox, in Upland, in wherever. So DMG Consulting is kind of focusing on how do nonprofits use play to earn and Web3 technology to create new revenue and ways to raise funds for their mission.
That's cool.
And Kaboom is probably going to be my case study.
All right. I like that.
So when it all comes out and we can talk about it, I'm going to do a deeper dive into how how we did it, what we did, how it worked, what were some of the challenges, what would we do differently, things like that.
All right. You'll do it first with us. No, I'm just kidding. Hopefully.
I'll do it with me.
Oh, yeah. All right. All right. Who are you again? No, I'm just kidding.
You do you, and then you can do us. Yes. And then we can do you. Absolutely.
That is apropos for this show. Okay.
Absolutely.
Just
But no, I
remember,
am really
flowers
excited
and candy
about. I am really
before
excited
you do
about
us.
yeah. She's you broke her, Ben. She is now done. But I am really excited about how well Upland, and not just Upland, any metaverse can align with nonprofits to create something pretty cool. And it helps everyone. It's a win-win-win kind of situation. So I like those. There's not often a chance to do win-win-wins. So for me, this has been a long time in the making, but I'm very excited to be getting close to the finish line.
Keep talking.
And actually, not the finish line, the start line.
Keep talking. Make something up.
All right.
Why?
And I say the start line because one of the things I talk about is perpetual good. So getting to this point is not where we finish, it's where we start and create perpetual good. Yeah. There we go.
We
Ben,
need to do
you have a question? Oh, you need to do stuff.
What do you need to do?
We need to do the wheel of names for the LFG.
Oh, yes. Have you got that good to go? So this was in last week's show. You need to come up with an alternative acronym for LFG. We had a few clangers.
We're going to leave DJ Shorts out of this one.
Oh, I think it was just pretty good, wasn't it? Little fairy what?
No, we're going to leave him out because he called us old women in the UpX podcast.
There's nothing wrong with old women.
Listen, old man, you bastard.
Oh, wait.
What's wrong with old women?
We're not old women.
Oh, okay.
You bastard.
I don't mind being compared to an old woman.
You weren't on the show. It was a woman's Web3 space.
Ah, that thing.
It's not all about you, Ben.
Oh.
I'm gonna just call this guy Caesar because Cass leftover fruity gummy. the goldsmith. All right, so I don't know if he wants me to tell the meaning of his. I don't know. I won't, but Jesus Christ, it's hilarious.
Do it. Spill the beans. Throw Goldie under the bus.
Can I enter mine?
You didn't do it yet? No, you don't get nothing.
I typed it in.
Right now? No, you don't get nothing.
Look, you see it.
Licking fruity gold.
I think Jack's offering some confessions there about what he'd like to do with his 4D haptic suit on and his smell-o-vision. He's just spilled the beans there. He wants to licking fruity gonads.
Do you have any strawberry?
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Strawberry jelly. Dak has his tongue ready for your gonads.
Oh my God. We always end on a weird note.
I love this show so much. All right.
What are we giving away, Cheese?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Let me share this screen. Hold on. Dak, your faces are making me laugh, so you gotta cut it out.
What am I here to amuse you? Am I?
Yes, you are.
All right, let's see who's going to win something that we don't know.
Listen.
Oh God, look at all your tabs open. Holy hell.
Space Wrangler Joe is Love for Gouda. Brian is Let's Feed Geese. Lily is Lily Field Garden. Caesar is let's fart glitter.
That's the winner, surely.
No. Cassandra leftover fruity gummies. And the goldsmith long fart Goldie. he was in the MVE with us, and it was me, Steve Prado, Zoe. I don't know who else was there. I think he thinks he was not being heard, and he let go a really long one.
Jesus. All right. Well, my money's on Caesar. Let's see what we're gonna. Who's gonna win?
I have them all
prize.
there, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Let's go.
Come on, Caesar. Come on, Caesar. Come on, Caesar. Oh,
the Goldie.
It has ticked over the goldsmith. Congratulations. You have won something. Get in contact with the cheese and she'll hook you up with your mystery prize.
Where did that go?
There we go. He's bailed.
He's gone to lick some fruity go.
He's like, you know what? That's actually a really good idea. Straight on to Bumble or whatever that. Yeah. Anyway, on that note, let's get us out of here because we're running super long today.
Bumble. All right, yeah. Well, here he goes. Stay fresh, cheese back.
Go ahead, get your pinky up. Talk wine and cheese, motherfucker. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Talk wine and cheese, motherfucker. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Eagle Empire, samurai, riding on the dingo, flying through the sky. Cheese in the house, get after dry. Hit you with the hairbrush, hit you with the knife. Eagle Empire, samurai, riding on the dingo, flying through the sky. Hit you with the knife, flying through the sky. Eagle Empire, samurai, riding on the dingo, flying through the sky. Cheese in the house, get after dry. Hit you with the hairbrush, hit you with the knife. Eagle Empire, samurai, riding on the dingo, flying through the sky. Hit you with the knife, flying through the sky. Time for wine and cheese. Wine and cheese. 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 Time for wine and cheese.
Are you looking for some of that quality outdoor decor? But you got no freaking idea where to go? Oh, come on over to Samurai Aquatics and Decor for all your outdoor decor needs. Got yourself an empty plot of boring virtual real estate in the metaverse, do you? Yeah, just delete that. I'm still not ready, sorry. Got yourself an empty plot of boring virtual real estate in the metaverse, do you? Or maybe some kind of crappy ramshackle building that, I don't know, needs a bit of extra spunk to it or something. And stop mucking about and get yourself over to Samurai Aquatics Discord to see all our available stock. We've got loads of different decor to spend your pretend money on. We got saunas to fire you up and ice baths to chew you the fudge out. Literally stock coming out of our ears. Grills, swings, seating and more. So much more. And if we don't got it, give us a buzz and we could probably make it. Get yourself on over to Samurai Aquatics at 30 Aqua Vista Way in Midtown Terrace, San Francisco, lickety split, and gorge yourself on outdoor decor.